Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Malt channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. I want to welcome you guys, especially our new subscribers. If this is the first time you found out about the channel, due to the many videos I've uploaded, enjoy the binge watching. There's really a lot of stuff here that I think will satisfy your curiosity and will give you a path to really collecting some good stuff here, because again, this is no hype. I mean, I tell it how it is, and I don't really embellish really anything. And when I'm especially excited, okay, I will usually say that up front. And on this video, I will say that I'm especially excited. Why? Because this is one of those where my gut feel basically came true. Okay, that there was a perfume that I was looking at, and I thought to myself, like, what an original thing to do. And I wasn't hoping that it smelled good. I kind of knew it smelled good. And you know what? When it finally came, I thought it smelled good. And I really want to share that with you guys. And today's perfume review is by the House of Electimuss. And it is called Black Caviar. Black Caviar by the House of Electimuss. I know that Electimuss is not really a new house. It just went through a rebranding, and it went through this rebranding phase where they did kind of like the Roman Empire type of approach here, which is really great. I did review Amber Acularia, one of the expensive ones, and I'll link that at the end of the video, guys. But today, this is the one that is not on the expensive side. This is on the 200 range, and I don't know. For me, like, I'm a fan of caviar. I love eating caviar. And when I heard about caviar being put in a fragrance, well, I said, damn, I have to hail Electimuss for being very daring to do this, okay? So let's go talk about Black Caviar today. Let's go hit the music. Okay, peeps, we're back, guys. Electimuss Black Caviar. Let's go spray it right now. Now, what's caviar? You guys know what caviar is. Caviar is basically, it's a luxurious food. It's basically fish eggs, little fish eggs that is served as either an appetizer or a snack, sort of, in the bougie circles of the world. And caviar is something that is I never thought would be in a perfume. Okay, I never thought that caviar would be in a perfume, but I had a feeling that if it was in a perfume, that whoever would do this would actually, consider the luxury of caviar. But my biggest thing was, like, what about the scent? Yo, caviar is fish. At the end of the day, like, if you open a can of caviar, it's fish eggs. It's gonna be fishy. It's gonna be salty and fishy, right? When I first tried this, okay, it really blew me away. I mean, this should have been on my, the top 5 first impressions, because y'all would have seen a fun impression out of my face right there. And the reason why is because I was so shocked that they were able to blend the caviar into certain notes to where the outcome was totally unexpected in a way. Okay, when you think about the caviar, on the description of this, on the literature, they'll talk about the sea salty air, yada 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 yada. Okay, but the point is that the caviar on its own is fishy salty. Okay, it's almost like a fishy salty oil. That's how I can describe it on its own. Okay, and it is accurate. It does come out on its own, but maybe for about 3 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay. And in that way, I guess you can really appreciate that you are smelling caviar. You got a little bit of fishy in you, I know there might be some apprehension here, because you might be thinking, I don't want to smell like a fish market. I don't want to smell like, passing by the fish market where it's salty, it's yucky, right? And there will be this fishy, salty scent that lasts maybe a few seconds, but then here's when the magic happens. Okay, so these guys at Electimuss, man, I don't know how they did it, but they were able to mix this caviar with cedar wood and agarwood. Okay, oud and cedar wood. Okay, now the oud here is sort of like, it's so faint. It's really faint, and you can say it's maybe bitter slash medicinal, but very very faint. And the only thing it does, right? The only thing that the agarwood does and the cedar wood does is that it alters the entire thing. So instead of smelling, because if you smell this, if you spray this on your hand, and I wish you guys could get samples, you'll get the fishy for 3 seconds, and then now you'll get to appreciate the blend, because once the agarwood and the cedar wood comes in, oh, it's something else. It's almost like the fishy part of it, the salty part of it, then suddenly just becomes a tertiary. It just becomes like a zing part of the scent. But then mostly you will have a wonderful woody intro with a combination of oud and cedar wood. So I thought that was really cool, because it does capture the salty sea air, because like I told you guys, at that point when it merges together with those other notes, the caviar, which is supposedly, that's the first part, it actually now becomes a salty sea air thing. It sort of becomes a tertiary thing, as they do describe in the literature. It becomes salty in the air, but then you are mainly smelling this woody combo, which is, by the way, really nice. And that's one of those things that you can really appreciate about this fragrance. Now, as it moves on, I like this too, man. This is where the lavender, sage, and rosemary come in. And again, it's a combination. The lavender it doesn't stand out. It's well blended with the rosemary and sage. It's a fragrant addition to the opening. And the salty, it's still gonna be there, by the way. But then once it merges with the lavender and the fragrant rosemary and the outcome is really, it's almost like it's a gentleman scent. But because of the wonderful combination in the beginning, it's utterly different. So for most of y'all that will spray this and will wear this, you're gonna be different. And that's why I think this could be a signature scent. This could be for someone that wants to smell different, and nobody's gonna ever copy this guy, because nobody's ever gonna think about black caviar. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go to a boutique and you had all the Electimuss fragrances in front of you, I'm pretty sure y'all would have picked something like Octavian. That's the name of an emperor, right? Y'all would have picked Octavian because it sounds better. But then you look at the caviar and you're like, what, caviar? So I think that, man, this is signature scent worthy, because of the unique nature, like I said, that combination, oud, cedar, and that caviar salty fishy note. Insane, guys. It's insane. Very luxurious. And you know what, guys? This is weird, but I do smell hints of zoologist squid. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe the zoologist squid had a little bit of that sea smell, and then it had that ink smell. I think here it's like the sea smell, and then you have the lavender. And the lavender sort of smells like the ink in some way, and gives you that same type of sensation. But this one doesn't have any marine. This is straight up gentlemanly. Really, really gentlemanly. I do picture a guy wearing gray. Gray shirt, gray polo, gray suit, gray blazer, shades on, Beverly Hills. I'm thinking that type of guy, convertible, very, very unique for a man's man. Now, what I do like also is the incredible dry down of this. This one has vetiver and patchouli. The vetiver here is grassy, it's nice. Patchouli, not so earthy, more on the minty side, and the dry down is this lovely uplifting kind of combination of both. We have grassy, minty, and what can I say? I kept sniffing my hand. I was just like, this one, the dry down is truly, truly amazing on black caviar. And so, yeah, ultimately, I decided to put this on the video release block because, I mean, I was like, man, this is a standout. You know, this is a standout. I mean, they try to be daring, and this is what they got. They got something that is very unique, and it is something that I believe is wearable by most men, classy men, men that want to smell luxurious, because you will. And yeah, and I want to dispel all those things that said, you know, if you are ever thinking that I don't want to smell fishy or salty or anything like that, you know, just know that this caviar side of it, the caviar salty side of it, really, it goes from like first place. If I could, you know, if I could rank it, right, it goes from first place, front and center, and then once the oud and the cedar wood comes in, it backs up and then it binds together, creating this very unique, salty, woody note with a little bit of, you could say, bitter sweetness. And then, bam, lavender, aromatic, rosemary, and some sage. Nice, ultra nice dry down. Vetiver Patchouli. I don't know. I really like it. And to be honest, like, if I didn't have many gent scents that are kind of different, I would have bought this. I would have bought a full bottle. I really think it's full bottle worthy, and of course the price is on the lower end. It's not on the more expensive ranges of Electimuss. I honestly don't know why Amber Acularia is on the 400. Okay, I really don't know, because like I told you on my previous review, I couldn't even really detect the oud on that one. Octavian, I've tried. That's the other expensive one, but that is more of a traditional rose oud. It's. I mean, once you smell Octavian, and you smelled other things that are like rose oud, saffron, I mean, you'll be like, oh, here's another one. Okay, but this one right here, guys, black caviar, if you really want something unique right now, okay, and you're sick and tired of the same other combinations that are over and over, definitely get this black caviar. Okay, I put my stamp of approval on this one, and I think, you know, convertible, guy in gray, shades on, maybe some snobbery, this will work out for you. Okay, definitely one of the most unique gen scents I've ever smelled to date. Okay, so that's it. That's my review on Electimuss Black Caviar. Guys, if you would like me to review the other Electimuss fragrances, make sure to comment below. Write down below what Electimuss fragrance you would like me to test. I have everything here, and I'll get on it. Okay, you know, just make sure you comment below. And comment below if you want me to review any other fragrances. Hopefully I do have them, whether in sample format or full bottle. Hopefully I have it. Okay, so until then, I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Troy D. God bless and take care.